Hello, thank you for joining me today. I've been away for a little bit. I've had a really rough go. So, we're going to talk about end of life cancer prep and give you guys an update as to where I'm at and what's going on. Preparing for the end of your life here, I think that's something that nobody's spoken about. So, that's a pretty deep conversation that we're about to have. But first, what flows right in line, I just got off the phone with Rogers, big corporation. I was trying to get the cell phone sorted and everything sorted out in case I'm gone. So I wanted to find out what happened with the phones, and I wanted them to fix an error in billing, which cost me about $1,600. So I need you to hit the like button so this gets out to more people, so these major corporations don't do this terrible stuff to us innocent clients of theirs that we're roped into and we're stuck in Canada. There's only really 3 or 4 options to go to, unlike the United States of America. They really own a monopoly over the cell phone industry. So what happened was at the end of July, there was we wanted a better deal on our phones. And so we went to move our phone plans over, and we successfully did so. And multiple times while I was on the phone with several different agents, it ended up being a whole fiasco. I made sure I have all the same coverage. I made it very clear. Yes, yes, yes. And so I had long distance coverage at Fido, and I think it was 1 or 2 cents a minute or 10 cents a minute of long distance, 1 cent a minute. I can't remember exactly what it was. But anyhow, nonetheless, they were charging me $1 a minute. And they sucked me with an $800 change bill in August and a $700 something bill in September. I had to pay out, and this was calls from people all across the world that were coming in from just me trying to help out people that are fighting cancer. So hit the like button on this video so that everybody can hear how poorly these phone companies treated us and these big corporations, so that they don't continuously get away with it. That's just not okay. Anyhow, the subject for today is end of life, preparing for cancer. And I'm also I'm sorry guys, I'm really having a hard time with words. Things haven't been going good. So I'll start with an update. I had the ambulance called. I've lost feeling from my knee to my toes and my legs. I fell, and when I fell is when the ambulance was called. As you guys can see, my words are not coming out as good as normal, and I'm really struggling for words. So I fell. The ambulance was called. I've been very sick. And where we're at with treatments is they had to hit me with, they ended up needing to do chemotherapy because they had to stop the cancer growth rate. So there's probably about a 30% chance that it works, which odds are, like, if it buys me an extra month, 2 or 3, that would be great. That's what I can ask for. But there's a trial also for radiation that I'm hoping I can get into, where they radiate all tumor locations. They've never done that before. So I'm hoping I can get into that. In terms of metabolic therapy, this past week and everything we've been doing, I haven't actually done any D-days, nothing. I haven't been in good enough shape. So I have no updates on metabolic therapy for now. But as we were looking at this situation, falling, having the paramedics called. Guys, I'm really sorry. I'm really struggling for words. It's been real tough go. And so my mind seems to still be good. I'm just a bit slower. So it's time to prep everything. So if you're sitting there facing a limited time period, like I am probably at this point, what are the things you want to leave behind? So I guess, valuable items. There are certain things that may have no value to most people, but have tremendous value to others. So I think you really need to take your time and think about what might have value to somebody else. It may not be a fiscal value. It could be an emotional or personal value. You need to think about messages to leave with people. I'm not much of a writer. I can't spell very well, as you guys can see in my responses in the YouTube comments. So I'm thinking about making videos. I've always been more of a talker. So I'm going to make videos for my kids and my wife. We're also going to get into how I'm not scared of my own death, and we're going to get into that for the first time ever here today. I think I'm going to attempt to tell the story of my psychedelic experience, so stay tuned for that. But I'm just trying, you want to go through all your bills and see what stuff that you're paying. You want to make sure that you kind of have things organized. You don't want to end up with stuff unorganized. You want to leave stuff as organized as possible so that your beneficiaries and your executors have the ability to find what they're looking for. Things like birth certificates, you want to know where they are. Things like social insurance numbers, any funeral arrangements that you have, your life insurance, and your investments. You want to make sure that they know who to call, that who your advisors are on those things. You want to make sure that you reach out to the people and that are the closest to you and have those final conversations with them. Just let them know how much they meant to you. Yeah. Yeah, you just want to let them, have the people around you know what they all meant to you. I could pull through this. There's still a chance that they can knock the cancer back, but it's not looking good for me. However, you just want to get those calls in while your mind's still as good as possible. Um, yeah, I've had a lot of calls with my closest friends and family and loved ones, and you just want to make sure and when it comes to the certain items, some items might have tremendous value, so you want to make sure that you leave those items to the people you want to leave those to too. So maybe if you have the opportunity to give them these things before you pass away, I'm thinking about things that I want to give to people while I'm still alive. For me, I have a nice knife collection that has some rare special edition knives, for example. And so I'm trying to get my knife collection all put together so I can give to the people while I'm still alive. So I can see them get them. Shit, this is hard. But I'm in a good place with it, everybody. And the reason why I'm at a good place with it is because it's a blessing to know that I have more time still. And I can do good things with my time that I have left. It's a blessing. It's also a blessing. When I did that interview the other day with Rob from Pensar Basketball, he said something that your age isn't based on your date of birth. Instead, it's based on your date of death. And I guess it's a blessing to know my date of death is getting close, most likely. So that's a bit of a blessing because I can do something with myself in the meantime, and I can still do good things for people. I want to thank everybody that contributed to the GoFundMe. I'm still planning on going to Disney with the family. That's still top priority. I'm still going to do it. We got unbelievable support and love from everybody to the GoFundMe. I couldn't believe how many of you guys stepped up. I love you guys, and I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you so much for the love and support and all those donations. It's going to give me the ability to get my family to Disney, I believe. I'm not keeping this video in good order. I'm sorry, guys. Disney, I'm really looking forward to. Hopefully I can keep my health in order. So in terms of the psychedelic experience, I did it legally with Health Canada, and I was able to basically what happened was I went through the universe and I traveled to different worlds, and I saw worlds being born, grown up, and I seen them die off. And at the very end, I ended up on planet Earth, essentially. And this is going to sound crazy, and I'm going to do it no justice, but I saw human life being given, and I seen it evolve, and then I seen it being taken and turned into a wasteland of body parts, and I lived it. And my body parts were scattered across the desert of body parts. There was millions of dead people laying on this earth. And as I was laying there, there was this massive neon god that came up above, over top of everybody, and it was like this molten lava, and the colors were vibrant, and they spoke, and they were connecting all the body parts together again and putting it all back together again. And this big neon god turned and it looked at me and I looked at him, and we locked eyes, and we stared at each other for what felt like an eternity. And during this staring, we communicated meaning of life, meaning of death. And I came out of it with this understanding. And I can't explain it to you guys. It's just this deep feeling and understanding for life and death. And so that experience really has helped me out now, a year later. That was a year ago. And that was my big psychedelic breakthrough. And if anybody is struggling with late stage cancer or early stage cancer for that matter, the earlier you get this sort of an experience in, the better, because it's just gave me this peace. And that's really special. So guys, again, I can't thank you guys enough for the support and the GoFundMe. And I just can't thank you enough. Honestly, thank you guys so much. I'll put a link in the description below for the GoFundMe. You guys can see how much support is sitting there. It's just unbelievable. It took my breath away. I love you guys. Definitely going to be able to get my family to Disney. That's my goal. Worst case scenario, if my health doesn't hold up long enough to get my family to Disney, I'm at least going to take them to Great Wolf Lodge, which is close to here. It's like $500-$600 a night, and it's a water kids play. It's a resort for kids, and my kids love it there too. Anyhow, thanks a lot for joining, guys. I'm going to continue to do updates as best as I can. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Have a great day. Bye now.